I'm Rex Rogosh, and let's queer up the USA View. This retail chain is connected to a group helping challenge marriage equality in the country. Hobby Lobby, the popular American arts and crafts retail chain, is facing renewed scrutiny after a new report linked one of its major philanthropic connections to a campaign seeking to overturn same-sex marriage protections in the United States. According to the Seattle Times, the Servant Foundation donated $300,000 to the advocacy group Them Before Us, which says it works to defend, quote, children's rights to their mother and father, end quote. Them Before Us is among dozens of organizations backing the Greater Than campaign, launched earlier this year to urge the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn Obergefell v. Hodges, the landmark 2015 ruling that legalized marriage equality nationwide. The group was founded in 2018 by Katy Faust, who has publicly opposed marriage equality, surrogacy, IVF, and divorce. In a January promotional video, the Greater Than campaign stated, quote, once husbands and wives became optional, mothers and fathers became replaceable. But for a child, their mother and father are never optional. They are essential. Children need both a mother and a father to provide stability, guidance, and the unique love only a man and woman can give. No adult desire or ideology can change that, end quote. I mean, just that quote alone, like, there's so many levels of, like, single mothers, single fathers, the mother died, the father, like, and that child's going to grow up, you know, wrong. Yeah. Hobby Lobby's been in the news. The guy who owns Hobby Lobby's been in the news for so many things. I mean, they paid out $3 million in a civil lawsuit because he had stolen artifacts when he was going to create the Bible Museum.
Oh my God.
He bought the building and was going to create the Bible Museum in Washington, D.C., and then all that came out. It's like, there's no level. You know, I'm definitely one of the people on here that always says, you know, check your companies before you cancel culture. Mm-hmm. You know, companies do change. We were having this good discussion last week. Yep. You know, there's things, this one doesn't change, ever. And it's just full of hate. I mean, full of hate. Full of hate.
You know, and I know it's hard for our community to not go there because we love us some glitter glue, right? You know, and it's like you can't. It's like, you know, you drive by a Chick-fil-A, I usually give them the finger. I mean, that's just, you know, my little way to get back at them, kind of deal. You know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, they are giving money towards ending us, towards having our rights completely being taken away. You know, they had a lawsuit against a transgender woman that they wouldn't allow her to use their women's bathroom. You know, I mean, these are things that Hobby Lobby does. You know, I mean, you don't. I agree with you, Rex. You have to know it's difficult sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I tried to stop Amazon, right? And that's so difficult to not use Amazon. But we have to try our best to support companies who support us.
Well, and that's the thing that we were talking about. You know, is it the company or is it people within the company that are supporting? And this is blatant. It's both. It's the man and it's the company. So yes, cancel culture away. Because, you know, that is a blatant, the company at large is doing it and the owner at large. You know, it's, again, we talk about this, privately held companies. You know, privately held companies in general can do what they want. Unfortunately, so can we. We all have, you know, we all have choices.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's a little, I take a different take on this with the private company thing, right? I think if you truly are going to be on the liberal side of things and you're a freedom of religion, it's not just Christian nationalists that have these opinions about same-sex marriage and traditional marriage. You can go to traditional Islam, you can do traditional Judaism. All of these religions do have components to this. So for me, the headline of the story is really a Christian-owned company supports another Christian organization that happens to have these beliefs. So for me, it's not really a big deal. I don't necessarily believe, and it's not saying that he's actually pushing this within the store. He's pushing it or taking, I think, financial contributions from a Christian organization that one of many things that they promote is that kind of traditional man, woman, husband, wife, nuclear family, right? So I don't feel that that's really that big of a deal. I understand that they have another bent to it. It's not necessarily that Hobby Lobby in the store is promoting that gay is bad, this is whatever. This is the... I don't think you'd find any sign in one of those stores
but you
that would have something like that.
You don't find anything LGBT. There are tons of religious and Bible verse stuff in the stores.
Yeah.
But that's fine. That's freedom of religion.
No,
you can have Bible. That's not necessarily offensive over that.
That's not what I have offense with.
We're not calling for them to be shut down by the government. We're calling for them to be shut down by a free market.
Correct.
We're calling for them on all of us to not shop there. We're calling on all of us not to buy their products, not to buy their little stylized Bible verses that they can give out to a first grader on their first communion. Let's make no mistake about it.
Correct.
The people who own Hobby Lobby, and for the most part their shoppers, are self-righteous fascists. That's what they are. And when they put out statements like this, it is tone deaf. And it's not only offensive, it's dangerous, because whenever somebody says there must be a father and a mother, this woman is calling for a ban apparently on divorce. That keeps people in bad relationships. This keeps people in dangerous relationships. And it creates a generation of messed up kids who aren't going to know what healthy relationships look like and what loving relationships look like.
And some that didn't even want to be here, okay?
Yeah. So this isn't just about Hobby Lobby. This is about much, much more. The money that they're giving, the money that we collectively spend, that then goes to causes that hurt not just our community, but also kids, street kids in cis households. Everybody gets hurt by this. Avoid Hobby Lobby.
That's what I was going to say. Look, there are tons of companies out there, small businesses that are religious based. And for the most part, most of the people at this table or who are watching this would not be going to them. And they have freedom of religion and they have freedom to own their business. Doesn't mean that's why I said everybody has a choice. That's, I think, the point of the story is the problem is this company, as large as it is giving to organizations that are actively looking to take civil rights away from people.
I understand that.
All right,
that's not freedom of religion.
All right. Last comment made by Trini, please.
Yeah, I just hope that when this kind of logic that you're using, that you'll have that same energy if one of companies like Walmart or someplace that you shop at, you find has supported some company that is trying to combat Islamophobia, but as well, they have a little bit of their Islam that's implanted into it, because all of these stories say linked to, in connection with. And you find that one of those organizations that is fighting against Islamophobia also has these same traditional roles of marriage that they're putting out into the community as well. Yeah. Then you're going to have to eat your words. So I'm just saying you need to be careful about talking about a company that's related to a company that might have another side platform of doing something like that we end up kind of eating each other a little bit. But
so let's eat each other. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.